Here, if we break it down, this could be done. 175,000 people give $20. 70,000 people give 50. 35,000 people give $100. Girl, could you imagine that? Could you imagine, even if I got all of that money, 175,000 people give $20. 70,000 people give 50. 35K give $100, all for you to give it to the next bitch. This could be done in a year. This woman really thinks that she has that type of engagement. You're barely breaking 100,000 views, Tasha K. 1 million people are not giving you that money. People like to look, laugh, and kiki at you. You're a joke. You're a buffoon. You're a clown. But anyway, let's continue. She then goes and posts the GoFundMe. This is what I thought was more of a cackle. Let's get into the GoFundMe. Tasha K. Stand with Tasha K to move forward. The GoFundMe is $3.5 million. She's got 132 donations. She's raised $3,695. Better call the DO Whisper. Winos. For years, many of you have asked me to start a fundraiser to help me pay off the judgment against me. No, they didn't. I always refused because I believe it was my responsibility to handle it on my own. That's a lie. But after many conversations with you all, I don't ever remember a conversation. I'm finally listening.
May I pray I never get into a beef with a gay guy on this YouTube thing. I pray this. I'm not worth it. Y'all leave me alone. I wish to never again.
This fundraiser is being created for one purpose only, to pay down the judgment debt so I can close this chapter and move forward without constant legal distraction. I am currently making my court order payments of $20,000 per month from my own income, and I will continue to make those payments regardless of what is raised here from my own income, meaning I will personally contribute my own funds to pay this down faster. Every dollar raised through this GoFundMe will strictly go towards reducing the judgment balance. Many people don't see what is happening behind the scenes. Even while making my payments, creditors can still bring me back to court for examinations and filings. Each appearance costs time, energy, and legal fees. It keeps me tied up in the system that never seems to end. I don't have $3.5 million sitting in cash, but with the help of my community, we can accelerate paying this off so I can finally move forward and focus on cleaning without constant interruption. For those asking about merch incentive to receive only birthday gift, that's all I'm asking for too. To ensure full transparency, the books will be shared quarterly so everyone can see exactly where everything goes, every dollar, and towards the debt. Thank you for believing in me, standing with me through everything. With love, my wino gang, Tasha K. Don't you have to be a dummy, man? You're a stupid. You're a dummy. You're a goofy. And I don't feel bad for you. Tasha K is the example of what not to be, ladies and gentlemen. She's a... Can you believe it? The woman who wiped her ass with the cease and desist now has a GoFundMe. The woman who used to call everybody these because we didn't want to go out and get sued. Well, remember, Tasha K had all the advice for all the content creators, specifically me. Oh, you're afraid to go up against a Cardi. You're afraid to go up against Megan. You want to be a pick me. You want to be a celebrity. No, I'm not dumb. See, she would try to mask and berate me and make me feel bad under the guise of, oh, he wants to be accepted. He wants to go to a party. He wants to be famous. No, I'm not dumb. And I'm not gonna let these fans make me an idiot. What I'm also not gonna do is, stupid, brokey, dummy, beggar, is put my livelihood, my family, and everything in complete jeopardy for 1 million subscribers. Yeah. See, Tasha K, you guys may have missed it. Tasha K was so thirsty to be the first YouTuber behind Impressive that didn't do voiceover content in the gossip sector to hit 1 million subscribers. She would do anything. Lovely T was on the way to being the #1 gossip blogger that was on camera. Tasha K was in so much competition with Lovely T, and to say, look, oh, it's me. She would do anything for the virality of the content. Tasha K was a train wreck, and we watched Tasha K for many years run into a brick wall. Tasha K is the same person that got Milagro Grams, another idiot. Pumped her up, gassed her up, took a picture with her, did an interview. 2 dummies sitting on the couch together, both needing GoFundMes, talking about a bitch like me. Free and clear. I won my case. That hoe can't even talk about me. And listen, hoe, by the way, you keep trying to talk behind and I'm seeing you still talking. Just because you ain't saying my name or you're trying to attack the attorney, keep playing with me. Your ass will be locked up. Worry about getting my money, because I'm coming for that too. But anyway, yeah, that 40K, I'm coming for it, babe. Now, so my foot is not off your neck yet, so keep playing with me. But anyway, like I said, Tasha K would try to get content creators to go up against these celebrities and go hard at them. Don't be afraid. I can teach you. I can show you the way. Look at the DO Whisper. She gassed him up with the niggas in jail. Yeah, Tasha K, when will these younger or when will these new content creators learn? Tasha K can't help you, save you, or do anything for you. All she can do is advise you down the wrong road. And Tasha K is only doing it because Tasha K is miserable. Tasha K feels defeated. She feels slighted. She's embarrassed. She has to wear that haircut with pride. She's not happy. We knew she's not happy. There's nobody happy with a $4 million debt over their back when you got 2 kids and a half husband. Are you cool? You can pretend you got all the money in the world. Remember, she was just online talking about how she had $1 million. She's a millionaire and she's traveling here and this, that. What happened to all the money in Africa? Y'all better tell that hoe, go get that money out of Africa. Go get the money out of the African accounts, Tasha K, and use that to pay off the debt. Or did you not have no money? Remember, she allegedly put $1 million in Africa. You better ride them coyotes until they come home. Tasha K is not a victim. Tasha K is an angry black woman and a narcissist. And now she's finally reaping what she sowed. She's having to humble herself because it's not getting better. She's lost her home. She had to move into an apartment. She has to keep trying to rebrand. She went on a failed comedy tour. There was no money.
What? I didn't know she had to move into an apartment. What? I didn't know they had to lose. They lost a home? Oh, no. They lost a home? Oh, no, they lost a home? Listen, man, it's nothing worse than, man, that's why it's just not, it's best to leave these people alone, man. Let them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the messed up part was, like, Lovely T was stuck at like 930,000 forever. Like, Tasha came and just, when they were both at like 900K, Tasha just, shoom, it had a little back and forth, but she just zoomed past Lovely and cracked $1 million months before it took Lovely T forever to get to her finally hit $1 million. Because I remember she was stuck at like 930, 935 for months. They stalled her out for a very long time. But I didn't know they lost a home, had to move into an apartment.
Is not a victim. Tasha K is an angry black woman and a narcissist. And now she's finally reaping what she sowed. She's having to humble herself because it's not getting better. She's lost her home. She had to move into an apartment. She has to keep trying to rebrand. She went on a failed comedy tour. There was no money in that. She's got people locked into their subscriptions. I heard the subscriptions are so nasty over there. You can't even cancel if you tried. They say when you don't want to pay no more, you try to get out of there. There is no cancel button. You pay that money, you're locked in for life. Tasha K still trying to be ahead of the competition, spend all this money flying here and flying there, but still won't amount to shit. Tasha K is a glorified National Enquirer. No one takes her serious anymore, and her content has been dry ever since the lawsuit came down. The verdict came in, and the debt has risen. Tasha K is nothing. Her career is nothing. Tasha K, all she is the product of losing a $4 million lawsuit to Cardi B. She's famous for being an idiot and a troll. And the thing is, she wants other people to go down that road. Can you believe it, though? That'd be my thing. She literally tries to talk other people into doing this stuff. Look at the D.O. Whisperer. He's about to be in a bunch of debt. He's in jail, and you're making it worse for him. Look at Milagro Graham. She's so damn stupid, and she couldn't even afford $50K. Milagro Graham's after that interview, shortly after, she was in the car crying. Couldn't help her. Anybody that gets under Tasha K wants to lose. It's clear. I don't feel bad for Tasha K. And Tasha K, she only wants to get this because she wants to pay this money off and say, look what my fans did and we paid it off, and she wants to attack people. Tasha K is still attacking Cardi B through Stephon Diggs in any other way she can. Why? She feels slighted. She feels hurt. She's embarrassed. But all you have to do was do right by people. You could give your commentary. You didn't have to like Cardi B. You didn't have to be so negative. And you could also understand, listen, I'm going too far. Cross the line. I'm not going to cross it. Tasha K, I'll be honest with you. Tasha K is an individual, and we've known this. Without social media, she'd be nothing. And the unfortunate part about it is, even with social media, she's rarely nothing. She's ugly, she's talentless, and she's trash. That combination breeds insecurity, vengeance, evilness, darkness, and rage. And when you have that type of combination, you want to tear down any and every person that you see is doing well. You don't trust anybody. You can't keep friends. You can't keep any business relationships. You're just a miserable, miserable person. And the thing is, girl, move on. You made your bed, you laid in it. All that money that you made, all that showmanship, you're going to pay for it. Now, looking back 8 years later, was it worth it, dummy? No. You could have still been you, probably a lot further, if you would have just dialed it back. You still could have got your point across. You still could have did your, but it was the thirst to be first. And the thirst to be, I'm the best one and I'm the better one and I'm going to wipe my ass with the cease and desist and you B and I'm the B, and you a B and you a man. And, well, also you're broke. So I'd rather be all those other things, and I'm sure everyone else would rather be all those other things you say about them than have a $4 million debt. Tasha K, you are the example. Now everyone's going to court now because of you, because you lost. And it doesn't even matter if you pay the debt off. Your brand.
Yeah, Nosy Ho went to court, lost to Nicki Minaj. So it's been a rough couple of years for podcasters, man. Like we're 0-4, podcasters 0-4 against these celebs. Yeah.
And you know it. It's tarnished. Everything that you dreamed of, everything that you wanted, the lights, the show, the fame, the glory, the applause. No, you will forever be the salacious, the dark, that got sued by Cardi B and lost. The liar, Tasha K. Everything you do will have to be independently funded. No one will take risks with you or your brand. I don't give a damn how polished it is. I don't care how bad your husband rolls around his knees and rolls on his back and how he edits and who you fly out. You will always have the cousin, best friend of, side chick of, thereof. Your platform is a joke. No one takes you serious. You don't have a point of view. All you are is an evil, evil, evil spirit that needs to pay for her sins. And I actually revel and enjoy watching you burn. Yes. Tasha K is a dirty person. Everything she touches turns to shit. Even when you try to be cool with her. Even when I tried to just say, hey, you know what? Let's turn. Tasha K is woohoo. And so I don't feel bad for her. This is the humbling. Everybody gets humble. Diddy was humble. You don't think a dirty ass Tasha K can be humble? Yeah, girl. You did all that big bag talk, money talk, rich talk. Don't get on GoFundMe now. And yeah, I know you knew the people was coming. Yeah, you knew we was going to talk. But it got so bad. She had to tell herself, I don't even care if they talk. I need the money.
Tasha K says, my birthday wish. Thank you to the 15,000 winos that streamed live with me across every platform tonight. My birthday week is just getting started, and so many of y'all asked where to send gifts. Let me be clear. The only gift I want is to get out of bankruptcy and restore my full freedom of speech. For years, y'all have told me to start a fundraiser and I refused, but y'all kept pushing me to do it, so I'm finally listening. Good evening, High Chief. To clear this $3.5 million judgment, I'm launching both GoFundMe and Kickstarter. GoFundMe, pure donations that go directly toward paying down the debt. Kickstarter, merch and incentive tiers in return for your support. The Kickstarter will officially launch on my birthday, March 10th. Thank y'all for convincing me to do this. Who am I to turn down my blessings? To the haters, drag me if you want. I'm closing this chapter once and for all. Wow. Shit just got real. She owes 3.5 million, down from the 4 million. So she's raised $5,200. I think you're gonna leave. This ain't the way. She'll never get it. I don't think she gets $100 grand out of this. She might get $100 grand off this. I don't think she gets $100 grand off this. Okay, look at this. Let's go here. A personal message from Tasha K. Winos. For years, many of you have asked me to start a fundraiser to help me pay off the judgment against me. I always refused because I believed it was my responsibility to handle it on my own. But after many conversations with you all, I'm finally listening. This fundraiser is being created for one purpose only: to pay down the judgment debt so I can close this chapter and move forward without constant legal distractions. Oh, Lord, look at this. I am currently making my court-ordered payments of $20,000 per month from my own income. Ooh, child, 20 racks a month? And I will continue to make those payments regardless of what is raised here from my own income, meaning I will personally contribute my own funds to pay this down faster. Every dollar raised through this GoFundMe will go strictly toward reducing the judgment balance. Many people don't see what happens behind the scenes. Even while making my payments, creditors can still bring me back to court for examinations and filings. Each appearance costs time, energy, and legal fees. It keeps me tied up in a system that never seems to end. I don't have $3.5 million sitting in cash, but with the help of my community, we can accelerate paying this off so I can finally move forward and focus on creating, reporting, and entertaining without constant interruption. For those asking about merch incentives, a Kickstarter campaign will go live on my birthday this Tuesday, where supporters will be able to receive exclusive items and thank you gifts tied to their support. This fundraiser is simply a way for those who have supported me for years to help me finally put this chapter behind me. This is honestly the only birthday gift I'm asking for this year. Bitch, this should be the only gift you should ever ask for, ever. To ensure full transparency, the books will be shared quarterly so everyone can see exactly where every dollar goes towards the debt. Thank you for believing in me and standing with me through everything. With love to my Wino gang. Wow, 20 racks a month. This is NFL, NBA, MLB child support money. This is what the men pay, that people like to make fun of and celebrate, when the guy has to pay 20 racks, 50 racks, 100 racks a month to the bitch. She's paying 20 racks a month. 12 times 2 is 24. So what is that? 2.4 million? Is that what that is? No, not 20 racks. Okay, let's do some math. Okay, $20,000 a month times 12. No, I'm sorry. That's 240 grand a year. That's it. Oh no. That's it. That's $250,000 a year. Let's do divided by 3.5 million. Wait, 3. No, let me redo it. Let me redo it again. Okay. 3.5. God damn it. Where you at? Calculator, come back. Somebody run the numbers, man. Run. Does she sell her channel to Cardi for a discount and Cardi let it go? No, I wouldn't. I'm sure there are late penalties. I'm sure. Yeah, take her six. Yeah, that's what I get. 16.4 years. That's not good. That's not good. So the question I would ask is Tasha K even a millionaire? Is Tasha K? So is she a millionaire? Because like she should be able to leverage some of that, right? Damn. Okay. Look here. Okay. Based on recent reports, Tasha K is heavily in debt with a reported net worth of negative $5 million following her loss in a defamation suit. While she claimed in early 26 that she had secured funds from production companies to pay the $4 million plus debt, she was, as of March 26, on a structured multi-year payment plan to pay $1.2 million, indicating she did not have the full amount liquid. Okay, Tasha K owes roughly $3.8 million. Okay, so it's now down to 3.5. She said she only had $58,000 in available assets. Okay, that's a lie. So a judge has mandated a plan for her to pay $1.2 million over 5 years. Wow. See, this is what when capping goes wrong, man. When capping goes wrong. So she's negative $5 million. So now it's negative $3.5 million. So this probably doesn't include the lawyer's fees. So it may have climbed up to $5 million. But let's just say 4, just for the sake of the argument. So she's knocked it down to 3.5. Okay. Despite filing for bankruptcy, the court ruled that $3.4 million of her debt could not be erased due to the willful and malicious injury clause in defamation cases. Damn. Her husband, Chekna, was accused of hiding assets to avoid pain, right? Which I'm sure he did. Not good at all. All right. When the capping goes wrong. So let's see here. Okay, according to this, Tasha K built her income through digital media and commentary. As of 2026, her estimated net worth is around $1 to $2 million, coming from YouTube revenue, memberships, brand deals, and independent content monetization. Okay. You know what Tasha K needs to do? Honestly, become her own Netflix and just start signing more content creators under her brand. That's what I would do. Like what she's done with Nyla, bring in more Nylas from different niches and be like a little hub, like be the hub for all things black content, like what Charlemagne did with his company, bringing a bunch of podcasters from all over. That's what I would do. And just take a cut of everybody's, whatever. That's what I would do. Right? So the investors, she claimed investors were offering millions of dollars, which that wasn't true.
To talk to you and clarify clarify a myth that was created about the Tasha K controversy with her settlement. Now, Tasha K recently took to social media and said that she had 2 production companies that were ready, willing, and able
that's what I would do.
pay Cardi
360
B the
deals.
debt that was owed
I sure
to her,
would.
but that Cardi refused because it is Cardi's goal to bankrupt Tasha K. Let's take a listen.
I had 2 production companies that came to me and said, we want to pay the money. So there needs to be a collaborative effort here. I said, okay, go to the other party. The other party didn't even respond.
The other party, Cardi B.
They put up $1 million, they put up $2 million. They said, make a deal. Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. I went and got that money, and it wasn't even going to come from me. It was coming from 2 other production companies. These are facts. So for everybody out here, oh, Tasha broke, Tasha ain't got this. My thing is, like, if the money needed to be paid, it could have been paid. But the problem was they didn't want it from me. I mean, they didn't want it from nobody else. They wanted it from me because that would have financially crippled me.
Wait, time out. Max got his ass beat this entire fight. He's going to be the new ZMF BMF champion. He beat Max Holloway ass this entire fight. Charles Oliveira is a dangerous, dangerous man. He beat Max Holloway ass all 5 rounds, beat his ass. Was on his back, had control, choked him out a couple times. He beat this man's ass. Okay, let's get back to this. Sorry.
But, people that know how to make money know how to go get money. And when I showed up to the table with that money, lawyers didn't want to entertain the conversation. When somebody saying, give me a number. And you know who offered the money? You want to know who offered the money? I'm going to tell you one person that offered the money. Shout out to Tilo from Now That's TV.
Ooh.
All right, so we're going to fact check this. Now, first of all, this is who Tilo is. Tilo actually is a guy. He was married to Carly Red. They've now divorced. At one point, she was getting $18,000 a month in temporary spousal support, even though at the time she was married to him for less than a year. So he has money, and That's TV is like a new network that's coming on streaming TV, etc. Now let's get to the truth. The truth of the matter is Tasha K is out here lying again by omission. Now the truth is that yes, Tasha did in fact have a production company that was willing to put up money to basically pay off her Cardi B debt, but lying by omission is when you omit a critical fact that would make your statement true. The problem was this has never been about the money. What Cardi wanted was for Tasha K to take down the videos, which have now been taken down, and to agree to not talk about Cardi B in the future. Tasha K was willing to have these people pay money on her behalf, but was not willing to agree to not talk about Cardi B. So that is why Cardi didn't entertain any of the conversations. Because Cardi's lawyers had said from the very beginning, since before this case was even filed, that unless any settlement discussions included an agreement to not talk about Cardi in the future, there would be no.
Which is why she keeps saying full no restrictions. Her media restrictions. So she wants her full free speech. That's what she meant. Okay, now it makes sense. Then you want to be able to talk about her again in the future. Okay, so you're your own worst enemy. Because you're your own worst enemy. Okay, it makes sense now. Okay.
No deal. See, you don't get to defame people and then decide what they should accept as settlement, especially when you are offering them less than 100% of what is due. So specifically here, Tasha K, in the beginning, Cardi B had told Tasha K, hey, look, yes, I filed this lawsuit against you, but just take the videos down and agree to not talk about me or my family in the future. You don't even have to pay me any money. I will dismiss it all. Tasha K said, hey, I can't agree to that. You are so famous that I can't promise you that in the future, I won't want to talk about you. Remind you, this whole situation started in 2018. And so Tasha K's right? She recently was just talking about Stefan Diggs, Cardi B's baby mama, baby daddy. And so I did a whole video. I'll link the video in the description to that whole debacle. But here, Tasha K fails to tell people. She says, oh, this is Cardi trying to bankrupt me. No, this is Cardi ensuring that if I give you a deal, which is me accepting less than the $4 million plus interest that I'm not only entitled to, but that you actually have the ability to pay over time. You may not have it overnight, but over time, you clearly shown the ability to pay. If I'm going to accept something less than the 100% of the $4 million you owe me, it has to come with an agreement that you leave me the heck alone. Can you blame her? Can you really blame her? Here's the other fun fact. I'm going to put on the screen. This is the actual non-disparagement agreement. So what ultimately happened is when they came to the agreement of the bankruptcy plan, which happened in February of 2025, here's the bankruptcy plan that Tasha ultimately had to agree to. See, with bankruptcy, the bankruptcy trustee takes over Tasha K's right to say what she is and ain't finna do. Because the bankruptcy trustee represents Tasha K in a sense, but also the rights of the creditors. So what happened here is, in the end, Tasha K had to agree to leave Cardi alone and quit talking about her anyway. Here's a provision. I'll hit it real quickly. Non-disparagement clause. As a condition of Tasha K's bankruptcy plan of reorganization, Tasha K, on behalf of herself, her estate, her heirs, all her affiliated companies in which she has a direct or indirect interest, meaning even the ones that she done shifted to her husband's name, okay, it says that she agrees not to publish any derogatory, disparaging, or defamatory statements about Cardi B, her family members, and or any other entities owned or controlled by Cardi B. It even goes into describing who is family, which includes kids born.
Okay, so because this woman wants to be able to talk about her again in the future, she's basically extending her financial situation more than what it has to be. So this debt could have been wiped out, paid off. Cardi would have struck a deal a long time ago, but Tasha K can't help herself. Why would you continue to put your family in financial peril? Why would you put this extra stress on your husband? Why would you do this to your husband? Like, bitch, don't talk about her ever again. Out of 7 billion people on the planet, there's millions of urban celebs. You can't let this one go? You want to keep putting us in financial peril? We could have been had this debt wiped out. She would have been cut her a deal. This is idiocracy. This is idiocracy. Wow. Back to this.
Prior to or after the lawsuit, her husband, her siblings, parents, step-parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins. Note it doesn't say baby daddy, because I don't think at any point in the law did the law ever consider that a woman would have both a husband and a baby daddy. That's a whole nother situation. Nonetheless, in the end, Tasha had to agree not to talk about Cardi B, but now she had to agree and she got to pay the $4 million. So that begs the other question that people have asked, which was, well, why didn't Tasha K just pay the money to Cardi herself as opposed to having her potential investors pay it? So here's the thing.
Okay.
If Tasha K was willing to pay 100% of the debt and just pay that up, Cardi B can't ask for this non-disparagement. The only reason that non-disparagement agreement is in play was because Tasha K was asking for a bankruptcy payment plan. However, let's say Tasha K had someone willing to pay just the whole $4 million. Hey, even if Cardi didn't want to accept the $4 million from Tasha, it would have to come directly from Tasha. Cardi B would have no choice, and Cardi B would not have the right to ask for a non-disparagement.
Right,
provision.
okay,
In other words,
okay.
if a jury says you owe $4 million, if you pay that $4 million, the victim doesn't get to add no provisions. But what happens here, though, is if you have somebody, if number one, you're trying to negotiate to pay less than 100%.
Okay, then they have the right to ask for provisions. Okay.
The victim has a right to say, I'll take less than 100%
Okay.
under these conditions. Here, the condition was you shut up talking about me.
Makes sense.
That's what happened here. Number two. So the other question is, all right, well, how come now that's TV or whoever the investor was, why don't they just pay 100% of the debt? That way Tasha K can talk all she wanted about Cardi B, etc. Let's say this is assuming this was before the bankruptcy plan was entered, right? Because that's when they had these talks. Before this whole plan was entered, you see the date at the top of here is February of 25. So assuming this was before the plan was entered and Tasha K had her investor pay 100% of what was due, all $4 million straight to Cardi B, well, they're not going to do that, because that means that entity would not, well, number one, they didn't want to do that because they wanted a discount. Number two, Cardi B gets to say, I don't want it from you. I do want it from Tasha K because I want it from Tasha K with that agreement. But Tasha K cannot pay all four directly. She cannot afford to pay all four directly to Cardi B due to the fact that if the investor gives Tasha the $4 million and then Tasha pays it to Cardi, Tasha's got to pay taxes on that $4 million, just like it was income in her pocket. So in that case, rather than paying $4 million, Tasha would need to get about $6 million from her investors because she has to allocate for the fact that she's got to pay 40% in taxes, 50% in taxes, depending on how the taxes work. So in the end, yes, Tasha K did have an investor that was willing to pay Cardi, but Tasha was not also willing to shut up talking about Cardi.
Once again, you putting financial strain on your family because you can't let this one person go out of 7 billion people on the planet, out of hundreds of thousands of urban celebs that you can talk about. You can't let Cardi go. This is insanity.
ladies and gentlemen, is the true reason why Cardi B did not entertain accepting less than 100% of the money. Because under no circumstances was Cardi willing to go to trial, incur all of those costs, take less than 100% of what she was owed without an agreement to shut up talking about her. Now, Tasha K agreed to shut up talking about her because the bankruptcy court mandated it. And Tasha K's got to pay all $4 million over the next 4 years. I'm your legal bestie attorney.
That's insane. So now it's down to 3.5. So you could have been had this taken care of. This woman's an idiot. Cardi says she needs some of her money back from that. I mean, yeah, I hear you, but the point still stands that Tasha K is an idiot. Tasha K is an idiot. You're keeping your family in financial peril. Why would you do this to your husband and your kids? Why would you do this to your husband and your kids? That's insane to me. Once again, she's paying 20 racks a month. This is what NFL, NBA ball players pay to their baby mamas and child support, 20 racks a month. Wow. So let's just say without the lawsuit, she was probably making maybe 30 to 40 grand a month. Them M's hit different when wow.